All right, let's get cooking. Welcome to the latest edition of Chin Check Sports Radio. I'm your host, JD. I want to thank you all for taking the time out to join us. And as always, we welcome any suggestions, feedback, comments, and criticisms, which improves the quality of our program, which ultimately improves your listening experience. Before we get started, I want to send all of you thank you for your tremendous support. People are slowly but surely finding out about who we are and what we do. They enjoy and respect the passion with which we speak. But as we always say here at Chin Check Sports Radio, we do this because we love it, as we are simply sharing our passions with you all as we continue to build our listening army to take over the world. Before we begin tonight's broadcast, we definitely want to send thank you to all of you for the well wishes and the prayers during the time that we were dealing with COVID. We are definitely 100% better. We took 3 separate COVID tests. All 3 came back negative. So we are back. We are back doing what it is that we love to do. And that is being your go-to on YouTube for the Dallas Cowboys news and coverage during the football season with our reviews and any and all Cowboys news during the year. The Dallas Cowboys, the 2023 Dallas Cowboys, 2-0 with a dominant 30-10 win against the visiting New York Jets in their season home opener. Let's jump right into our numbers here. Quarterback Dak Prescott, 31-38 attempts, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 25 carries, 72 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches, 143 yards. Tony Pollard, 7 catches, 37 yards. Jake Ferguson, 3 catches, 11 yards, 1 touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker, 1 catch, 1 yard for 1 touchdown. On the defensive side, Stephon Gilmore, 5 total tackles for a solo. Micah Parsons, 4 total tackles, 4 solo, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss, and 1 forced fumble. Marquise Bell, 4 total tackles, 3 solo. Leighton Vander Esch, 4 total tackles, 2 solo. Osa Odighizuwa, 2 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. DeMarcus Lawrence, 2 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. Jaron Kearse, 2 total tackles, 2 solo, 1 interception. Dante Fowler, 2 total tackles, 1 solo. Malik Hooker, 2 total tackles, 1 solo, and plus 1 interception. Dorrance Armstrong, 2 total tackles, 1 solo. Devin Harper, 2 total tackles, 1 solo. Trevon Diggs, 1 total tackle, 1 solo, 1 interception. Deron Bland, 1 total tackle, 1 solo. Wanye Thomas, 1 total tackle, 1 solo. And Jonathan Hankins, 1 total tackle. Well, the best thing, what we always say about our Dallas Cowboys coverage, is that we do not gloss over wins, nor do we overreact to losses. So looking at things from the Cowboys' perspective, and as we told friends of ours, Lee and Sherrod, that going into this game, the Dallas Cowboys was playing a New York Jets team who, without Aaron Rodgers, who obviously the world knows, or the football world knows, or the sports world knows, that he was hurt 4 plays into the game against the Buffalo Bills. So the New York Jets, coming off of a short week, playing on a Monday night, on an emotionally charged Monday night with a thrilling come-from-behind victory against AFC East rival the Buffalo Bills, traveling on a road against the Dallas Cowboys, who were dominant against the New York Giants. So we felt the Cowboys had advantages going into this game for the simple fact that you're playing a team on a short week and who's also traveling on the road. But we also stated last week that the Jets present a different challenge than the Giants because the Jets have a much better defense. Specifically on all 3 levels with Quentin Williams and C.J. Mosley and Sauce Gardner. So the Jets definitely have players on their defense that we thought would give the Cowboys some fits in this game. The Dallas Cowboys took the opening kickoff and opening possession, marched right down the field, scored touchdowns, and really we definitely want to give possibly the play of the game to center Tyler Biadasz, who, when CeeDee Lamb made a catch and made a couple of spectacular moves, was stripped of the ball by Sauce Gardner, and the center 20-30 yards down the field fell on the fumble. So we definitely want to give credit where credit is due. That is excellent coaching. That's excellent hustling on Tyler Biadasz's part. And keep in mind, he has faced a lot of criticism since becoming a starting center of the Dallas Cowboys. And he's, I think, more than held his own in that position. And plays like that shows hustle. So definitely an excellent play on that. In terms of the other offense, the brand new kicker that we have, Aubrey, was 5 for 5 on kicks, so you can look at it as a good thing. He definitely got a lot of practice in with some kicks, but if you look at it from a negative, well, not really a negative standpoint, but not necessarily glossing over, the Cowboys really could have won this game. I can make an argument by 2 or 3 more touchdowns where we're talking the game could have been 40-10, if not 50-10. Because there were times in the red zone that we felt the offense got a little bit stale, and especially after a particular turnover with Micah Parsons, pretty much in perfect field position, on excellent field position, didn't do anything offensively. And again, the kicker made a 50-something yarder. So the kicker, that's a positive, is that the kicker seems to adjusted well to the NFL. Hasn't had to really make a pressure-packed kick yet, but does have the leg and the accuracy to make a 55-yarder. Considering that he missed the extra point in the rout of the Giants, but then eventually he righted the ship, and he got himself together. So that's a good thing to look at. However, the red zone offense was a little bit questionable because, again, the game could have been even more out of hand. So just those things like that. Dak Prescott played an efficient game, again, going against a very tough Jets defense. But it was one play in particular where the Cowboys, again, were in the red zone, and CeeDee Lamb was wide open. He didn't even look towards CeeDee Lamb. He overthrew the wide open tight end. So it's little things like that, again, we're not going to gloss over that because the fact that the Cowboys won the game. But a very efficient play by Dak Prescott, made the plays, had maybe 1 or 2 or 3 bad passes, one that could have been picked off by Sauce Gardner that really could have changed the momentum of the game, but you either make the plays or you don't. So we thought Dak did efficient enough to win the game. On the defensive side, where we thought the Cowboys had an advantage, especially on their defensive line with the pass rush, this game was definitely the Micah Parsons game, who was already staking his claim for Defensive Player of the Year. If he wasn't making sacks, he was definitely being disruptive. Again, he had a strip sack fumble. Actually, he created pressure to cause another interception. So, and this is even after there was a collision where I believe the leg of DeMarcus Lawrence hit the leg of Micah Parsons, and you saw Micah limping, but clearly you saw Micah got himself together, wasn't even looked at by Cowboys medical staff. And definitely, he totally dominated the game. So if Micah keeps up these kind of performances, he is definitely placing his hat in the ring for a Defensive Player of the Year award, considering that he has placed second in his first 2 seasons for that particular award. So it's looking like possibly maybe he could be on a trajectory to win Defensive Player of the Year, and that'll be very good for the Dallas Cowboys. Other than that, not really too much to really harp on. A couple of lacks in coverage, especially by Malik Hooker, who was burned on a touchdown play by Garrett Wilson. But then again, he did make up for it later on when Trayvon Diggs appeared to be burned on the route, and he pretty much undercut the route and intercepted the pass. And that was the only touchdown that the Cowboys allowed that game. And so other than that, the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do, again, against a Jets team playing on a short week onto their backup quarterback. So these are the type of performances that the Cowboys needed. Go and get these teams out of here. It's going to be on next to the Arizona Cardinals, who they just suffered a loss while leading big against the New York Giants, and they're going to play on the road at Arizona, where the Cowboys really have not played well, historically. So definitely time to get focused, do what we have to do, and let's rack up 3-0. Again, the Eagles are 2-0. The Commanders are 2-0. So now we're starting to see how this NFC East matchup is going to be very competitive throughout the season. But let's just take it week by week, game by game. Stay focused on what we're doing. Mike McCarthy is doing a decent job in calling the plays so far. We want the team to keep staying focused. We still want to see a progression and a maturation of Mozzie Smith. We didn't see a whole lot of them playing today. Again, this was the Micah Parsons show, but I don't want the Cowboys to become Micah Parsons reliant. I still need Sam Williams to make it happen. I need Dorrance Armstrong to make it happen. DeMarcus Lawrence made a play at the beginning of the game, but I didn't hear too much from him afterwards. So again, we don't gloss over wins. Micah did what he was supposed to do. He was dominant, but I don't want the team to become Micah reliant. We have other players who can step up and to provide some relief. On the offensive side, we were down to our third string guard because Tyler Smith is injured. Chuma Edoga got injured, and we're down to one TJ Bass, who, again, our third string guard, made a play here and there, missed a play here and there, but that's to be expected. So the Cowboys just keep doing what they have to do. 2-0. If you have any emails, you definitely shoot us one at chinchecksportsradio@gmail.com. Once again, that's chinchecksportsradio@gmail.com. As the Cowboys continue their conquest by conquering New York City. And I know some friends of mine are going to be upset about that back home, but the Cowboys 2-0 to start the season, on to week 3. And until the next time, it's Chin Check Radio. Signing out.